In this video, I'll show you how I turned this into this. Well, first things first, gotta break them down. So this one is a really heavy duty pallet. I'm gonna use this as the base of the table. So I gotta be really careful taking this one apart. I actually changed my mind a little bit. What I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna make the whole table, I think 32 inches. So I'm gonna cut this straight across the 32 inches. I'm gonna use my saw. I'm gonna do the same on the bottom, and then that'll be the base of the table. I think we're gonna do that. Get a nice straight line. All right, so I found these old sawhorses just back there in the woods. They've clearly been there a long time, and I'm gonna turn them into a nice table. I'm just gonna see how they're connected. Oop, okay, kind of thought so, just screwed in there. All right, so I'm gonna get these detached, and we'll see if I can use these. Oh, okay, that works. All right, so this is what we have to work with. Not too bad. They're not as rusty as I thought they would be, considering they've probably been in those woods for about 20 years. But yeah, I just gotta figure out how I'm gonna connect the tabletop to that. For now though, I'm gonna use them like ponies to work off of, since that's what they're gonna be used for forever now. All right, let's see what this top looks like sitting on those, see where it'll sit the best. Okay. It looks like they're just too far apart to go all the way to this end. That's not too big a deal though, since there's 3 of these, and I can always add the other one that I cut off. I'm gonna think about this, I'll be right back. So I'm still unsure how I'm gonna connect it to the legs, or even if I'm gonna use these. I might actually keep them as ponies, we'll see. But I do know the next step is I'm gonna interlock all the thinner pieces of the pallet to get a nice flat workstation with no gaps. I think that'll look pretty good. So I just need to pull all these nails. I haven't done that yet out of any of the boards. I'll lay it all out and I'll show you what I'm working with. All right, all the nails are out. It's actually a pretty decent stack of wood. I'm gonna start laying them out and see what it's gonna look like. I think this is the layout we're gonna go with. Don't mind the ends, we're gonna cut those straight after everything's nailed down. But yeah, I think this is the layout. Not too shabby. All right, let's get to nailing. Slight change of plan, again. I didn't have very good nails for this, I'm not gonna lie. So what I'm gonna use instead are these drywall screws, because that's what I had lying around. And I got some of these I'll use to drive into the actual 2x to make the edges nice and strong. And yeah, that's the plan now. See if it works. So if you haven't noticed by now, I don't tend to plan anything. I just say, I want a table. So I'm gonna make one, right? Yeah, and I don't have to build stuff on the old party table over there. Now I can build everything off of this. Let's get to screwing these down. I'm not really sinking them, I'm just going flush, just so they aren't sticking out. That's my plan. All right, some more of that. I'll come back when I'm done. Moment of truth for this part. Beautiful. I'm gonna do that along this whole edge, along this edge, and along the back edge into the 2x. All right, those all screwed down. I had a couple problems of it splitting, which I knew would happen with these screws, but that's all right. It's my first table ever. Doesn't have to be perfect. Maybe the next one will be perfect. It's good enough though, nice and solid. I can build birdhouses and other projects without it bouncing everywhere. I'm excited. So what I think I'm gonna do next, I'm gonna put a backdrop using some of the 2x4s, and then I'm gonna cut the ends, make that look better. We'll start with cutting the end all nice. I'm gonna come back, looks like I can come back about a 1/2 inch. There we go. All right, so I had this random 2x4 lying around. So what I'm gonna do is nail it down right there, just like that. We'll cut it to size first. Let's do that. Get a length for it. We are looking at 63 7/8. That was hard for me because that's not how I was taught. I was taught that would have been 63 14/16 that is. So I'm gonna do that. So too bad if you don't like it. Yeah, we'll just make that mark right there at 63 14. We'll get her cut up. So I'm just gonna send a handful of these galvies right through at a toenail into the 2x underneath. That's my plan. Just like that. I'm gonna do that into each one of these. So I'm actually doing the nails going through the back and the front just to get a nice strong hold so it doesn't go anywhere. All right, with that, it's starting to really look like a table, isn't it? Holy crap, cool. That's pretty awesome. So I think I have some pieces that are pretty nice looking. I think I might put those on the front to hide these. Other than that, I'm getting pretty close to done, I think. And I don't even know if I'm gonna attach it to those. Still not sure. I might leave it not attached just so I can move it around way easier, because that's gonna be heavy. It's gonna be heavy with those too. And I wanna be able to use it inside if I have to. I wanna be able to use the ponies. So yeah, that's my plan so far, at least. We'll see. That might change. As you can tell, changes all the time. Okay, thinking about it, I might actually leave this front open. That's a pretty decent space to put even like a vise. We'll see. We'll see. What I am gonna do for sure, I'm gonna take this board. I'm gonna put them along the outside right here because I don't need to see in there. I don't need that for anything. I was thinking maybe drawers in there, which I still might do, but I can also do that right here. We'll figure it out. Also, this back, I'm just gonna cut those off flush with this. I don't need those. I'm actually gonna do that right now with the handsaw. I totally lied. I'm not gonna do that. This is what I'm gonna use. Much better. All right, let's get these sides on. 27.14 for the sides. Nice. I'm gonna nail these ones on, I think. I'm gonna do the same for the other side. All right, I thought of the next thing I'm gonna do. So this is a little vise that I have. I'm gonna use this. I'm gonna connect this to the table. So what I'm gonna do, I found these random 2x rips. One of them shorter than the other. So what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna put one like this, and I'm gonna put this one on top of it, making a T. This can still screw right into it, tighten it up, and then I'll be able to move this up and down the table wherever I want. So that's the plan. All right, let's get the length for these guys. That one is gonna be 64.12. Well, no, they're both gonna be 64.12, dummy. Line these ends up, doing both at the same time. We want 64.12. Perfect. Let's chomp. Cool. Now, I'm gonna nail this one so it's 1.5 inches down. So I can nail this one on the top of it. That's the plan. Guess I should probably mark that. Make it look nice. Come down 1.5 inches. Oh wait, no. Sorry. Wait, yes. Don't listen to me. Yes. Come down 1.5 inches. I'll snap that across, nail that on, then I'll nail that to the top. All right, got that line snap. Now I just gotta nail this right to the front. Sure it's flush at the end and on that line. There we go. Same over here. I'm gonna get that nailed off and then I'll do the top. Now that that's nailed on, what I should be able to do is put this little vise wherever I want. There's a bit of an oversight. I guess next time, maybe make this a thicker rip, just so I don't have to hit that each time. Just notes for the next one, that's all. Get that nice and tight on there. Yeah, just like that, nice and sturdy. Cool, and I got a vice grip. So my plan is, when I'm refurbishing axes, I don't want to go too tight, because usually I would use a rag. But I can use that, and it can hold it for me, so I can work on the handle. Or even for sharpening. You can hold it nice and tight in here, get it good. Once again, I'd be using a rag. I'm not gonna go tight with that. Yeah, that's the plan. It's a very handy thing to have. All right, it's starting to really look like a table now. I might be close to finish, to be honest. I don't really know too much more I'd do to it right now. You're like, this thing's strong. Solid. Oh, I am just gonna leave it a tabletop on top of ponies. Then I can switch it out with different ponies if I want or whatever. So this is gonna be my workstation, regardless of what it's on top of. Like, these are pretty good though, I'm not gonna lie. I feel confident just standing right on top of this fucking thing. Yep, cool. This is very exciting. Awesome. I don't know, I don't even think I'm gonna do a finish. I might just leave it just as it is for now. Maybe if I get a blowtorch, like a big one, I'll put a nice burnt finish on it, but for right now, I think it's pretty good. Cool. Alrighty, there we have it, folks. I made a beautiful table. Well, I think it's beautiful. You know what that means? This piece of garbage, go over there. I got a real table now. Thanks for watching.